Hello. Bit of a content warning, this video is going to be talking about the use of Aspergers. Nuance of the fluidity of language has been coming up on my feed recently, and I wanted to talk about it. I cannot go into the history of Aspergers too much without getting suppressed, so I will awkwardly summarize. Aspergers was invented to denote autistic people that were productive enough not to be euthanized in the 1940s, with the exception of persecuted groups who were murdered regardless. The term was named after the researcher, one of the persecutors, and has been widely removed due to its medical inaccuracy, with autism existing on a single unified spectrum, and someone's place on it fluctuating. Some people diagnosed with it have an attachment to the term. It has been a part of their identity for a long time and gave them answers, although incorrect and incomplete, when they had none. Last couple of years there has been movement to remove the term not only from medical vocabulary, but personal as well. This is due to the history associated with the term, particularly its namesake. The descendants of the victims have expressed great discomfort in the term's use, and claim it is offensive to use. There have been those that previously used the term now switching to autistic, which is their choice in consideration of the descendants as well as condemnation of its history. Their choice, I emphasize this, because there have also been people pressured to change how they identify. They've been labelled as in support of persecutors or anti the victims. Not only does this water down such claims, hindering legitimate threats being exposed, it invites harm on potentially innocent people. This is wrong. You may be thinking that it's not a big deal, that it can't be that strong of an attachment. Despite the condition including strong attachment to sameness, rigid rules, and disdain for change, and that could only be willful ignorance that causes them to hang on to the term. But consider this. It is possible, given the age of the term, and the increased chance of being diagnosed to families, for 3 generations to have been diagnosed with and identifying with Asperger's, and or for autistic communities adopting and using the term for that amount of time, meaning it could be possible for someone now to be doing so out of cultural ownership, a grandfather right of language. This term for generations would have been adopted by doctors, unaffiliated with the persecutors, passed on to people searching for answers, passed down to the descendants and successors of the doctors also unaffiliated with the persecutors, and now used by autistics ignorant and aware of its history. I do not believe it is wrong to ask that the term not be used, but I view this violation to force someone to stop identifying in the way that they are comfortable. If you need to exclude people using any term from your interactions because it is harmful to you, that is a valid enough reason to set boundaries without labeling or treating someone as an enemy. Going against the assumption of innocence in order to try and fight the tide of language changing is personally unhealthy, and a foot in the door for further paranoid thinking within the community. I'll leave it there for now. As usual, thank you for watching,